here this time because this was a community voted start. So yeah, I normally like a place in West Point. I normally keep a base in West Point. But I wanted to try to start over here so I can explore more of the map so that I can be more open to conversation about like where stuff is, you know? Once she's finished filling up her damn cups and shit, then I'll show you what I mean on the map kind of thing, you know? Yeah, that was deep. Yeah, that'll happen. I don't really shy away from these kind of questions and stuff. Like, we get into some like really deep, like long conversations and stuff, and it's fine. I got no problem with that. Just, it can be something to be like, if you walk in and you say hello and I'm like in the middle of something, like, you know, don't feel like you can't like, you know, say hi and shit like that. Like I will respond kind of thing, you know. But how you doing? Is it Danimal? That's awesome. I'm terrible with names, but Danimal is a fantastic name, honestly. And what's up? Not much. I'm trying to fill up a rainwater collector because this is the second time I've been able to make one. And out of all the times I've had Zomboid games, and the water's still on currently. So I have a few buckets. I've got a couple of pots and pans. I've got a big water dispenser thing. I'm just trying to fill it up inside the building at the moment so that I have water. This isn't where I was planning to base up, but I was thinking that it wouldn't be a bad idea because then I get to explore more of the map. So yeah, I've already cleared out quite a lot of this town, but I do want to go up to the school in like the next day, hopefully before the power goes out, so I can see what I'm doing and try to get some more books if I can. Because usually speaking, whenever I get skills and shit, let's take a look at the map. Whenever I get skills, my girl dies. Also, I realized that she's got smiley faces on her knee pads and stuff. But yeah, we're up here. We're in Riverside. I've basically looted... Well, I've killed zombies basically everywhere. I found a generator. I started there. I want to come back over here. I want to go down to Kelly Drive later, and there's some dead fireys down there that I want to just check their gear. So I've got to remember to go back to that probably after the school, because there are still a lot of zombies in this area in here. I was like really, really exhausted when I was trying to look around. So I just had the car. Speaking of, I should probably sit her ass down. But I've killed quite a lot of zombies here. I was up in this car yard thing. I can hotwire cars now. I think I was up there. No, I found the generator up there. I was down here. There is like a knitting store or something there. I found some food just now. And yeah, base-wise, because I've got West Points, like obviously you found the map for it. I normally have a base here on this like far end, and it's normally dead up here. So I normally like this spot because like there's normally very little zombies in that area, which allows me to kind of like take the time to like, you know, do stuff around my base and learn some skills and, you know, get away from stuff. And then when I want to, I can go into town and I can deal with more zombies and stuff. The only problem is when I don't get to play very frequently, I kind of go into the next zombie battle and die because like I'm not fresh with the fights and stuff. So in this case, yeah, what was that? I can't see that from here, unfortunately. Oh no, there we go. No mercy. Thank you for follow. I don't know why, but like my second screen, like the information that's popping up has like become tiny for me. It was like this the other week, and then everything went back to like normal fonts and shit, and I could read everything. But yeah, welcome in. Thanks everything. I think that's because of yogurt Danimals. Lol. I also got the nickname back when I played football. Oh yeah, is that everyone thinks it's because of yogurt? I never heard of yogurt Danimals. I was just thinking of it because like I grew up with a friend that was like a Danielle. And she ended up going by like Danny, and like I think at some point in time somebody called her Danimal, and I thought it was hilarious. And so like even though I'm like terrible at reading people's names, I still sometimes, like, if I see something that I've heard before, I'm not that bad with it, you know? Also, thank you for the follow as well. That Gerwin, I think it's Gerwin Jones. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. So it might be American yogurt. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of just woke up not long ago myself. I woke up at like 9:30. It's like just after 11 now. So yeah, it's early for me, even though it's like nearly midnight. So I'm awake at night and asleep during the day. But yeah, let me have some water. Hold on. I was like just lapsing a little bit, Hilvon. I wasn't into the prawning. I was just I don't know, I guess like slowly working towards that. But yeah, I want to go down to school and shit soon while we still have electricity. It's just that, as I said, I made a rainwater collector bucket and I'm like, while the water's still on, I know this is super not like thrilling for her to like sit here and like fill water forever. And I forgot the fast forward exists. I keep forgetting that that's a thing that exists. But yeah, no, I just want to chuck, I want to chuck as much water in as I can so that I don't have to, like, I can make a rainwater collector outside later if I want to, if I want to just like wash her off or something. But at the moment, this sort of works. I also should give her some food. I know she's getting tired and shit, but yeah, we'll see. Are you talking about riveting gameplay? I know, it's absolutely thrilling. Yeah, so next week I won't be playing Project Zomboid because I'll be doing a week-long like event with RimWorld and RimConnect and stuff. But I normally play Project Zomboid on Fridays and stuff. So yeah, it will be back after that. But because I only get to play it like about once a week, right? When I eventually do go and like fight a zombie, I will get spooked. I will probably squeak because I don't really scream. I kind of squeak in fear. And I hope not to, but I will probably get fucking bitten or scratched or some shit. She's been alive for a while though. So my like initial goal is to try to keep a person alive for more than a month in game. I've done it twice. And then like I want to try to get past winter, which I've only experienced one Zomboid winter so far because I've had the game like do updates and shit where I've kind of like lost my save and stuff. I might put the donut into the fridge so it can thaw out a little bit. There we go. She can eat that later. So yeah, I want to try to get to spring so that then I can dabble in doing gardening for maybe the first time. Because like I know where a whole bunch of farms are, and I was keeping like my previous game save girl alive with like a fuck ton of eggs and shit. But like I also know that like in winter I'll need like, you know, a wood fire stove and stuff, which I don't have. I actually had just barely gotten that in my previous save before they updated Zomboid to have like all the different new game modes. And yeah, I put a vote to my community and I'm like, hey, do you guys want me to start a new one or keep going with this one? And they were like, start a new one. So this is how we started up here, was the new vote for that. But yeah, so far I've mostly had, I think I had one game where I had like 18 or so girls. I've had like another one with like maybe 11. And then like I haven't had too many lives in Zomboid, but I do kind of get good at like staying alive after a while. I just haven't done like much crafting or building because I wasn't really focused on trying to do that until I could keep one of these alive, because I would initially try to do like all the reading, all the watching stuff, like all the skilling and stuff, and then I'd go fight a zombie for the first time in months and I'd die instantly and I'd be like, that was a waste of time, you know? Is this game spoopy? I mean, it's got zombies in it, so that depends. Like, I think he said yesterday that Diablo was a bit like, you know, scary to watch and stuff. Like, eventually when I start fighting the zombies, there will be jump scares and shit. Like, nothing too bad. It's just that you might get spooked from that, just as a heads up. Like, I'll definitely squeak eventually. um, like, if one of them spooks me sort of thing. But I normally panic and then I flail around because what happens is I panic specifically, right? And I'll go from like, if I get her bat out, or just put her where you guys can see her a bit better, right? So let's say there's a zombie, is like this drink bottle thing here, right? So I'll be facing the door, I'll open the door, there'll be a zombie behind it, I'll freak out and I'll fucking throw my mouse up and I'll immediately turn around and get bitten and then, you know, kind of get infected and die and shit. That's how this stuff works. So yeah, I don't do that great with it. But sometimes I fucking luck out and they bite like the armor or her shirt if she's got enough layers on and she doesn't actually get bitten. And then I get super lucky. But then again, like I've also had times where like I've got really lucky against the zombies and then I've like immediately just been like, I'm not going to risk any more zombies. I'm just going to walk out across this balcony and jump down. And then I just fucking die because, you know, you can do that in Zomboid. So yeah, that sometimes hurts a little bit more. I have a lot of non-zombie deaths as well. I think I've got like 4 or 5 of those, which honestly is interesting that you can die in this game without obviously dying to a zombie, you know. But there aren't many zombies in this area because I've hard wiped them, and I think the new game mode doesn't have them automatically spawn back, I don't think, which is interesting. I'm kind of experiencing that because I was playing on Builder before and I thought that they like respawned, but I don't know. I just had it on whatever the base settings were, so they either did or they didn't, and I didn't notice. But whatever the base settings on whatever the fuck this is, Rising, is whatever this will do. Which I also kind of like, I don't get like the start of the game very often. A lot of the playthroughs I've done, I tended to lose like electricity and water in like the first 24-48 hours. So I had no experience with like the TV and like what time shows were on, and that, you know, the radio played stuff, and because like my radio and like the first few games ran out of batteries and I didn't know you had to put batteries in it and shit. And like, oh, I guess everything just turns off at like this specific time or something. And yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's been interesting, you know. The game has rather scary jumps. What's that jump scare sound? Yeah, it's good with its jump scare sound. That's what gets me more than like the zombie itself. But like I do prefer to leave it on because if I don't, sometimes I won't notice that there is a zombie, like if I'm walking past something. And because like you can't see next door at the moment, right? But if I go here, like you couldn't see this shelf within this room, not properly, right? It disappears. So sometimes if there's something that's behind an area like that and then you walk through a room, like I may not necessarily notice it because it may be obscured still as I'm walking through. So in the process of walking through this door, if I get to about here, nearly, I was going to say, I'm like at the point where this thing kind of disappears sort of thing. If I haven't seen the zombie yet, the jump scare might play before I see it, which gives me a chance to quickly react and stuff instead of like not. So yeah, I always find that interesting. Also, for anybody that's new in, I am also randomizing my characters' stats and traits and stuff. I don't choose like what they do. I don't choose what they've got. I hit random until I get it come up with 0, where I don't have to add or remove anything. And then I just, as long as it's not something that I've had very recently or something that I won't play with again, like I won't play with death again, and stuff like that. Like, I sort of feel like I'll just play with like any kind of combination sort of thing and just see how it goes. Because some of the combinations are surprisingly interesting, you know? Hold on, I've got a cough. Like I've had hard of hearing and high thirst and stuff. I do like hard of hearing. It's interesting because everything's softer. Like you don't hear stuff as much. And the jump scare stands out way more. But then high thirst wasn't that much of a problem because I'm normally good at getting water. And the only problem with that is if I like travel and stuff, I have to take so much more water, and traveling on foot is harder because they can't carry as much. And yeah, it's kind of fun in that sense, but I've also had one like die, like a high thirst die, because I've been sitting in a car and I haven't noticed that she's like dying of thirst or something. And the hard of hearing one, I didn't know that you had to turn the cars off for, like, I didn't know you had to take the keys out, right, to turn it off. So I ended up idling like 7 cars empty of fuel twice over at least, because I didn't know that you had to do that, because I couldn't hear the fucking car engines. I'm just like, I'd be parked up and my car would be outside and it would be stalling, and I'm like, why is it randomly making noise? Like, what's it doing, kind of thing? It's turned off. And I had, like, at the time, no spoilers. I had like this like banner just on my screen, like constantly, like, don't spoil shit. So nobody was willing to tell me. And I'm like, so I found out the really, really hard way that I wasted a shit ton of fuel and the cars were just idling nonstop, and that's why they were stalling out occasionally. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's get her some sleep because it's pretty late. If we've still got power and water in the morning, then I'll go over to the school. She's also going to get tense a lot because she's wearing armor to sleep. I might take a second to have a bit of water. Hold on. That's a jump scare. Terrible. I was gonna say, I actually do have like jump scares and stuff in my stream. I'm so glad that, like, for the most part, nobody ever fucking redeems them. It's like, I don't need that shit in my life. Like, they're there, but like, I don't need that shit in my life. And it sounds like the water's still on today, so since the water's still on, I do want to have a quick look at this. I'll have a look at how much we got in here so far. It's basically nearly full, which is great. I should only need like a bucket by the look of it. Maybe 2-ish. We'll see. I know, it's basically nearly full at this point. I don't know. I'll take it out of my sports bottle because it's about that. There we go. All right, neat. All right, so I'll fill up the extra. So that's full, which means if the water goes out, we've got like 400, you know, water, which is great. I'll just pop the buckets up and around the corner. I do have to get more wood because I do want to put a rainwater collector outside. That way we have, you know, water for later. I'm going to put a dispenser thingy, add the water bottle to that. There we go. And I might as well just drop these here and drop that one here too. All right, so I've got my baseball bat. I've got some bandages, some alcohol wipes. Hold on, she's still holding this. Can you drop that? Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to need is I'm going to need to feed her. I think she's good for her stuff. I don't know if I have a torch. I'm assuming I don't have a torch, or I've lost a torch. It could be in the car. I did put a whole heap of random stuff in there. I think I could get a meeting. Have a great day. No worries. I'll catch you around. I'll be here. And good luck with your meeting. I'm thinking, oh, there's a pen light. I shouldn't need a light at all, but the pen light is lighter. The only problem is I find that the pens themselves don't seem to work, and I don't know why. So, yeah. I've had that on at least a few of them. I might also get her to eat some candy and shit so we can keep her weight up because it's going down. I might hit her up with if the donuts have thawed out, I might hit her up with some donuts. Yeah, they're fresh. Cool. Alright, we'll get you to eat a couple of donuts, then we'll take... I kind of want to take the big car down to the school, but I've got to bring everything inside for just a quick second. So if she wants to eat all 3 of these, there you go. Okay, that didn't get rid of it, but she's kind of sad. So I don't have any additional food on me. There may be a small amount of food at the school. I'll just empty out my mobile van. Although I do think that there is another vehicle down there that I want. But I'll just grab all of this and I'll just dump it inside the building just real quick. She can only carry about that much. The only reason why I want her to grab so much out of here is because this will be able to let me bring back a lot of stuff, as opposed to like one of the sedans or the other vehicles and stuff. Plus a lot of these cars I'm using specifically to smash zombies with. And I have not found a drivable, what do you call it? I haven't No, we want to put it on the ground. I have not found myself a drivable siren vehicle here yet, because if I could, I'd pop it outside of the school and try to get those, whatever zombies are left, I'd like to get them the fuck out, kind of. I also have additional medicine stuff in here. I don't want to take off my gear by accident. Got all this shit. I just want to make sure she actually puts it onto the ground. There we go. I also have starred a couple of things so that she hopefully doesn't pick out her gear. The only problem is the alcohol wipes and the bandage and stuff. I don't have a star on those, so she could potentially put them away. And I don't think there's anything else in the passenger seat of this car, but there is still some stuff in the boot here. Doesn't look like there's much. We might be able to maybe fit it onto my inventory. Take everything you got. It's mostly just like the weight issue of some of this stuff, like the gasoline can and stuff is probably very heavy. Like she may not be able to, yeah, I didn't think so. She can't carry the gasoline can. I don't really want to just leave it on the ground up here either. I also want to get rid of all of her keys because they do count as like encumbrance. And I did find a cute like cat keychain thing. So I also want to find some storage boxes if I can, because obviously I have a heap of stuff here on the ground and I don't really want to store everything on the ground because last time I did that the game updated and half the shit on the ground disappeared. I see you peeking, Keelan. I see you peering in. See, I got a little cat keychain. I've got a whole shit ton of keys. I'll keep the bottle opener on it. I'll chuck all those in here. That's my keychain. So I don't need the extra bottle of drink. Chuck all that shit on the floor. Also, I noticed that last time I was playing, my shoes got holes in them a lot faster, which reminds me I should have a quick look. Her shoes are not protected and her clothes aren't strong. Wait, does she have gloves? Kind of. Okay, hold on. What's going on with her? If I'm going to go in and fight zombies, I want to be sorted for this. So, does this have holes in it? There's blood in it. Can't be repaired. There's no actual damage to it. It's just not really good protection. There are work boots here. This is why I said I want to loot the fireys that are dead because they had good shit. What else we got here? I'm also looking to see if they have holes in them. Like these are kind of good. I might wear them. Wear those. Those will give me better foot protection. Okay, so my feet are protected. Do I have gloves on? Hold on. Yeah, I've got gloves on. Do these have holes in them? No. Okay, they're just like, they're a little bit dirty. I could wash up all my shit before I go, but I don't see much point in it. And my clothes though, this has got 2 holes in it. And that doesn't. So they haven't got that far down yet. Does it show on here? My vest doesn't look like it's got any holes in it. But yeah, my wrist has a hole in it. Okay. Do I have other shirts here? The bulletproof vest does not appear to have any holes. It's got blood, but it's not damaged, so that's really good. They'll protect me a little bit. And my pants have blood on them, but they're otherwise good, which is great. So I really just need to change over this shirt. If I can find another shirt in here that's good, I will wear that down to it. Was it? What in your pants? What? Never mind. I don't have any holes in my pants. It's not crotchless stuff. Sorry, Keelan. No. How you doing, Jackal? Nah, I'm trying to just make sure her gear's good before we go. Like she's got a lot of blood, obviously, from killing zombies all over her and stuff. But I have got, this has got 2 holes in it. That one's got one. That one has no holes in it. Let's wear that. I'm cold, lol. How are you? I'm alright. It's not too bad here. I don't know what the fuck is on her shoulders, but that looks gross. Okay, if she's otherwise full up, That did nothing for her arms. I'm guessing I would need like an overcoat or something, but then she'll get too hot. So look, if it works, it works. Like, these are also pretty good. 9 degrees, drop into 4 tonight. Oh yeah, but you're also like way more south, so it would be getting colder there faster. And I fill up her drink bottle. Yeah, no, I don't know, tonight actually feels like it's kind of a comfortable temperature. Like, it might get cold later, but for the moment it feels like it's all right, kind of thing. I might head down because she's got as much like protected clothing as possible. I know we've still got a fuel can in here. I might just drop that out on the ground. But what's it? As I have for the week. Next week is 23 with lots of 4s in the nights. That's the only problem that I've got with being awake at night, is that I'm usually awake during the coldest times. Like, I wake up when it's starting to get cool, and then it gets colder overnight, and then it gets warmer, and then I go to sleep, and then it gets like inconsistently hot during the day. Yeah. Honestly, sleeping during the day and being awake at night for temperature stuff is relatively shit, because there's a lot of times where I'll wake up and like I'll wake up from like heat in summer, and in winter like I'll be cold when I go to sleep and I'll be cold when I wake up, kind of thing, and then it gets progressively colder overnight. So, oh hello. What the hell are you lot doing down here? We got a roaming horde. Okay, we got... I might need another car. Hold on. This is the road out. I don't want to go out of here. How come you dropped the gas can? Because I'm going down to school to try to clear it out and loot it up. So I want like an empty vehicle. I wasn't expecting to see so many of yous here. I don't want them to come up to where I am, but I wanted to go straight down to that school. If I need to, I can grab another vehicle, but I might actually just quickly do that. I might just grab one of the cars and go... Hold on. I think the blue one's otherwise good for this. Let me have a quick look. The Coyote Howl probably attracts them, not sure. I don't know if it does. Like, I haven't heard any events happen. This one's good. It's just his trunk's gone. I've also got to hotwire all my cars, essentially, because she can do hot wiring. So normally there's like a gunshot event or a survival screen or something like that in the background. You'll hear it occasionally, right? It's kind of faint for you guys, but my headset's usually up, so I can only hear everything. And yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like, let's ride it. Was it we ride again? You're starting to get your streak up. Nice. Yeah, no, I think that I don't know, I feel like they brought in roaming hordes. I don't want them to go up to where I am. I want them down here, if I can get them down here, because I already cleared out this area. And if there's zombies, then there could be zombies in the school. There's a couple of zombies there. I'm going to need them to either break down the fence or get their asses over here, one of the two, or go through the school, whatever. As long as they don't get stuck later inside the school, it's fine. Let's go have a look down here. So this is all clear. I'm just curious. Oh, you know what it would be? It's last week I played with a firecracker. I found a firecracker in the game and I set it off. Hold on. If the zombies are... Where am I? I'm up here. Okay, if all the zombies are over here, I set off a firecracker over here. So whatever zombies were possibly in these houses that maybe I hadn't found and killed yet have probably all come over to find the firecracker. I would suggest that that's probably what happened. I need you guys to come down to me. I also do like the fact that most of the zombies in this area have appeared to rot away. You guys aren't going to make it through that fence anytime soon, which is kind of okay. So I want you here, so preferably off-road if I can. I want them to come up to me. So we're just going to wait a minute. I am going to have to go get the other car as well to loot this place. But if I can get them all to come to this car or break down through walls and stuff and make their way out, I'll be less likely to find as many zombies inside. Because what I did last time, I know this guy's nearly at me, but last time I did the beeping over here and I got zombies trapped in like this corner where there's no wall. Hi, mate. So if you guys keep coming to me, as long as I don't accidentally flip the car or pop a tire or break my engine or break my windshield, we should be fine. I'll just get you guys, or I don't get stuck on a corpse. That's a fucking thing that you could do now. You know, just popped in for a quick hello tonight. Got breakfast meet up at 9:30, so should go crash. No worries, go for it. I actually have to go out and about tomorrow myself. Oh, Jesus. There's a group over here too. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. There's like a triple group. Yeah, no, if you go get sleep, go get sleep. I'll be here, and then next week we've got like all the Rim Connect. We got like super extra long streams, so yeah. The problem with what I'm doing, for anybody that's not familiar with Zomboid, is if these guys get my car stuck, I will have to get out, and there's a lot of zombies, and I will need to be in a condition good enough to